haven't seen one before, this is a bike, and hey, and this is a feedback bike stand. I don't remember what it costs, a couple $100 I think. They're actually not that expensive considering. But bike stand's the easiest way to work on your bike and to wash your bike. And they're super cool to use. Just got to grab your bike, put the chain side out. Oops. Start taking off all your attachments from your bike. So pop off your emergency bag, your water bottles, kind of get your bento box if you have one of those. There you go. And throw your bike on the stand. So these are so cool because you can just kind of throw your bike in the jaw like that, tighten the jaw, and boom, you're ready to work on your bike. You can raise them or lower them. I'm going to raise this up a little bit so I can work on the chain. So I raise it up a little bit so I can get here on the chain and bang, I'm ready to go. Okay, so step one, in my experience, is you got to clean your chain and your gears first, because if you don't do that, you're going to get little grease spatter all over the rest of your bike. So that's got to be your chain and your derailleur and your rings need to be cleaned first. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll put like some junky cardboard down on the bottom, because all that grease from the chain and stuff is going to drip right on the cardboard, and I don't want to skank up my driveway any worse than I have already. Okay, so here we have my bucket that I use. This is my bag of tricks. This is, I keep all my bike cleaning stuff in this bucket. So let me go through the bucket, kind of show you what you're going to need. So inside my bucket, first of all, I got a couple of drying towels. I won't need a whole lot, but I just need a couple. And I have some simple green degreaser. I'll use a little bit of this. I have a can of White Lightning Clean Streak. Now this stuff is the bomb. It is expensive and it takes about half a can per bike. So you're going to end up spending $3 or $4 per bike in White Lightning. But it's the only way I found to get your chain totally clean. So there's that. Then we need some lubricants for when we're done. We need silk dry lube. This is for the derailleurs. We need a little bit of chain lube. And then basic, just basic dishwashing soap. That'll do great. I have a chain cleaner, and you can buy these. Usually, sometimes they'll sell it with a can of White Lightning. This is a brush, a special brush just for cleaning chains. You'll see how I use it. You strap it on the chain and clean it up. I keep a skanky little brush. This is I use to clean my derailleurs and stuff, but it's got grease all over it, so I know that one's always going to be greasy. And then I have a couple of, this is to clean my chain. See how nasty that sponge is? That's only to use on my chain. And then I have a couple of sponges that are clean that I use for the body of my bike. So anyway, that's, and I have a few other extra sponges in here. These sponges, the Brillo on them's a little stiff, and so it'll take off some of the finish on my carbon fiber, so I don't really like using those too much, but I keep them around anyway. Okay, so step one, I'm going to clean my chain and my rear derailleur. That's where your bike gets the nastiest. So if you don't clean this, or you let it just get all gunked up, suddenly it doesn't work anymore. Surprise, surprise. So this stuff really needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to start off just shooting my chain with White Lightning. There we go. See all the grease on it starting to drip off. I'm just going to get it kind of wet with White Lightning, and I'll take my little chain cleaner, put it on there, drag it through my chain cleaner. That kind of starts to displace the grease or the junk on it. Hit it again. See, it's already starting to get nice and silver. This stuff is awesome. Expensive, but awesome. And then hit it again with my chain brush. Well, it's still wet. There we go. Whoops. I derailed my chain. No big deal. trying to kind of be in a hurry here a little bit so that it doesn't dry. There we go. There we go. That's probably good. Hit it again. So I do it on the top of the chain, and then I'll hit the bottom of the chain. Uh-oh, running out. Used up my half can. Okay, it's looking really nice and clean now. There we go. Okay, I want to save a little bit in my bottle to kind of get in there and get my rings, get my derailleur. Now remember, when you hit it with this, it's going to take off all the oil, and it needs to have lube on it. So this really cleans it off, but then it leaves it bone dry. So you can't leave it that way. Clean my rear cassette a little bit. Although I'm going to wash that again anyway. I'm going to hit these hard to get places in the springs and all the joints of my derailleur. Kind of get in there where the derailleur needs to flex. Looking good. Now see, all my junk's dripping onto my cardboard, so that's cool. Not ruining my driveway. This was the second half of the can, so I'm going to kind of run it out now. I'm going to kind of hit it on this side too. There we go. Looking good. In my experience, that's the hardest part of cleaning a bike, is to get your chain clean. So getting your chain clean, you know, even though you're spending like $3, or I think it may be more like $5 or $10 a can, I buy them in cases. Even though I may be spending more than that, it's worth it because it speeds the bike process, cleaning process. So your chain and your derailleurs, that's the most important piece to get clean by far.